Hello, everybody. Welcome back to part 2 of Voleplaying games. We're at the end of the thing from the first session. I've still got my 3 characters. I haven't spent any of their adventure points. What has to come now is usually, according to the, I think it's the Mythic GM emulator, you're supposed to update your list, which are the plot lines list and the characters list and all the stuff that goes with it. So I started doing it, and I thought I got most of it, and I realized I'd left out a couple of important ones. So let me find a pencil. Here's one. And let's update it. So I've got Eckhard the Grey Muzzshoal and Pharaoh the Silent. Those are our main characters. So just in case you didn't watch the first video, Eckhard is sort of a courtesan bard. Muzzshoal is a barbarian Uruk, or a half-orc. And Pharaoh is, or Pharaoh the Silent, is a leprechaun Dreamlander. He's in Tunnels and Trolls terms, he's a wizard. The vampire clan is called Shadow's Eclipse, and it's led by Byron, or Lord Byron is our main vampire. I'm trying to sharpen this pencil with my thumb. And, oh, here we go. I have so many ways to sharpen pencils now. Nice, okay. And then we have Baldric, the guard. Now the guard, okay, so it might have seemed a little bit confusing because, you know, when you're kind of doing this on your own, you can kind of be off the top of your head. But I decided Baldric was captured. He is a vampire thrall under the control of Byron, but they captured him inside the shrine to Yaldir, right? And they've put him in this special. They've locked him up in like a monk's chamber. Like they're trying to figure out a way to cure him because they know that the main vampire Byron can only have, I think he can only have up to 5 thralls at once. So as long as they keep Baldric locked up, there's only 4 more thralls out there, and they killed 4 during the attack on the shrine. Also, they know Byron can't enter the shrine itself. Okay, there's also Valentianus, who's the village vicar, the guy who runs the shrine. And there's a couple that I left out, one of which is the innkeeper and the innkeeper's son, or the tavern keeper. I can't remember what his name is, or if we even gave him a name. So we're going to give him one now. And his name is Riswald. So Riswald, the tavern keeper. And the son of Riswald. Right? Let's call him Waldo. Waldo the son. He's like an older teenager, not quite a complete grown up. A couple other things I wanted to work out. I got to thinking after the adventure, and there's a lot of like connections that I didn't make that I made later. First of all, I came up with this town called Ice Hallow, and that the fact that it had this catacomb complex nearby, and that the shrine was the shrine of Yaldir, the god of outcasts. So it gave me a good idea. So this is kind of how world building works, is you sort of draw the connections. This is a new realization that Ice Hallow. So the catacombs were built because of some calamity, and I haven't decided yet, a war, a plague, something. A lot of people died at once, or maybe there was some kind of set up over years. Maybe the very rich people from another town, another rich town, decided they would set it up. But it was the people who tended the dead are of an untouchable or outcast class, and they were all workers at Ice Hallow. So although they're not all working there now, because this is an ancient catacomb complex, or necropolis type complex, they're descendants of the original exiles, and that's why that shrine is there, and that's why the catacombs are nearby. So, okay, that's there. Second thing after that, or maybe we're on our third thing, is there should be some kind of reward, even though they didn't. They got adventure points, which are like experience points. But they didn't get any gold or anything like that. There was nothing like that to be gained. So maybe there should be some kind of, I don't know if it's monetary or, maybe Valentianus gives them something, right? Um, like they didn't have any money when they started out, so they're in pretty lame shape that way. Let's take a look at them. Fira's got a light dagger. Mushel's wielding a spear, a medium spear that does 5d6. I don't think he's going to get better than that. I think that's probably pretty good. However, Eckhard, he's got a strength of 12 and a dex of 11. He could be wielding something a lot tougher than he is. He's just wielding like a club right now. So Valentianus is going to give him something. Let's say it's a sword. Well, 12 and 11, I would only qualify for a short sword, which is no different. A small saber, no different. No, he doesn't give him a sword. Okay. He's like, thank you for the offer, but that sword is not as good as this club I have that I've grown used to over the years. So let's find another thing that he could give him instead. Okay, so if you're wondering, in Dungeons and Trolls, you have a strength requirement and a dex requirement for each weapon. Now, you can wield something above your level, but it's you're at a disadvantage by doing so, and I'm not going to do it. But a medium spear might do it, or a quarterstaff. Actually, this quarterstaff might be good. How about this quarterstaff? This is more your speed, Eckhard. All right, I'll take it. He gets it for free, and so it was a club. Now it's a quarterstaff. And that does 4d6 instead of 3d6, adding a little bit to their combat potential. That's a good deal. Okay, hang on. We're going to update the adventure plotline generator right now. Okay, I'm back. I just thought of 2 more characters that we hadn't even considered. We have, Riswald the Tavern Keeper and Waldo the Sun, but how about this character? Eckhard's father. They were going to go visit Eckhard's father. Hasn't shown up yet. Let's put him as a maybe. I put a little asterisk by him. Maybe he's lying about him. What about the mysterious... Who is on the poster if the poster isn't of Mushel? Who is on the wanted poster? Who is the mysterious orcish necromancer? Uruk necromancer. Or is there something else? Other things we have to do in between adventures is... let's come up with a new plot line. Well, I've got these several plot lines. One of the plot lines is you got to kill Byron. That's an easy plot line. Boom, right there. Eckhard's father's a plot line. Who is the wanted orc? That's a plot line. Can Baldric be saved? He's locked up in that cell. That's a plot line. Or a thread, at least. Fira's Dreamlander quest. So when I created Faradoc here, he is a neophyte Dreamlander illusionist who hopes to one day rise to the point where he completely disappears into dreams and enters the dream world. There could be a quest there. And then, just like before when we were looking at the different priorities, action, mystery, tension, social, and personal, this would definitely fall under sort of a personal mission type of deal, just as probably the wanted orc and Eckhard's father would be personal type deal. So let's do this. Let's put action first, personal second. Mystery third, because there's a lot of mystery here. Tension and then social last. And let's roll up some new things for our plot point chart. And I've got it right around here somewhere. I think it might be in this stack right here. Oh, here it is. So this new theme. So it's got basically a list of plot points, characters invoked, and there's this giant table that they want us to roll on. I think I actually have it all printed out now, or do I? So let's write them down over here. Action. think we're supposed to roll on these. Like we put our thieves together here and then we roll on them. But I think that here's what we should do. Let's use this order that we came up with for today. There's no reason we got to stick to exactly what the rules say. Personal, mystery, tension, and I think we're going to go right back into action. I'm skipping social. Okay, I've done all my prep work now. Oh, by the way, just as an aside, if you're trying to figure out what the best way to do solo role playing is, I don't know if this is the best way. This is just how I'm doing it. What I'm doing is I spend kind of a session on prepping using Adventure Crafter and Location Crafter, and creating things, and then I spend a session actually playing them out, like actually with the characters and everything, actually conducting the adventure. So it's kind of like this alternate method where we're not really using the GM emulator to remove the GM. It's just that we're playing 100% of the GM and then 100% of the players, just in alternating sessions. But anyways, I rolled some pretty interesting plot points for this next chapter. One of the things is destroy something, destroy the thing. And, we've kind of established that they have to get into this catacombs, this necropolis, this tunnel complex of undead, and destroy the vampire Byron. I'm going to say that his tomb is sealed by this eldritch seal, and the characters invoked, the whole party has to destroy this seal to get in and kill Byron. The next plot point was a personal one, do the right thing, and I guess I have to roll which character has to quote-unquote do the right thing. I think what it's related to, let's just make a decision. It's related to Baldric. Like, Baldric is the jerk town guard that is actually a vampire thrall, and I think they have to make a conscious decision not to kill this guy. But look at we have as the next one. Secret info leaked and used against them. Something is used against a party. It could be bad for the party, or it could be bad for the adversaries, right? So let's say it's bad for the adversaries. Let's say that they somehow gain control of Baldric and he leaks some secret info that they were able to use against Byron, right? So that works out pretty well. And by doing the right thing and not, making the decision not to kill Byron. But I think there has to be more to it. They've already decided not to kill Byron. I think we have to make Byron, they've already decided not to kill Baldric. I think we have to make Baldric do something that would make it pretty expedient to kill him. Like, there should be a reason it becomes expedient. And then finally, I rolled on this, and I rolled really high on the last action, so I got a Metapod thread, and it's a new character appears. Well, a new character appears. I don't have one set up, but I have an idea. The new character could be Valentianus, right? He could be the village vicar. We could make him roll him up as a first level character, or there is an alternate that I don't have set up yet, but I used the location crafter too, which is also another interesting tool where you create a location by setting up 3 lists. The lists are locations, encounters, and objects. And the way it works, you can see I was kind of like testing it out here, these marks at the end. They're actually done in order. So the first 2 of locations, you'll notice, are expected. That means nothing special. We're not going to actually build a whole dungeon map, and everything. And nobody should feel too bad about this, because it's not exactly D&D. This is completely 100% theater of the mind. And then you notice my first encounter on encounters is none. And then for objects, it's pretty mundane items for the first 6 or so. The way this works is you kind of brainstorm a list of locations, encounters, and objects, and you put them in order so that the real goal is near the end. So there's Lord Byron at the very end of the last encounter over there. Now, the only dice that you're rolling when you put these to make this thing set up is a D6. But after each one, you add a progress point, and you add whatever the progress points are to your roll. So it'll be at least a couple of encounters before we get to Lord Byron. And then there's also some encounters are special. You can see that there's a special here, and do I have a special on this one? I should. Maybe I don't. I also have one called Complete, and Complete is before the Tomb of Byron. Complete means you've explored the entire complex and you didn't find what you're looking for. And then what now? Well, that means you missed something, right? So there's something that has to happen. There should be a special in there. Let's add a special. I'm going to say Spiraling Tunnel is now special. So special is something from the Adventure Crafter. There's another table that has some different elements and things, and it's really random, and you don't know what's going to happen. And this is how it kind of keeps it fresh since I'm soloing this thing. I don't know what's going to happen. I also have a couple of treasures that are in here. And they're not all treasures. It's just objects. They're just things that you find. So this is the Sylfgandir is the tomb complex. Oh, here's the special elements table, right? So, and you don't know what it's going to be. All right. I also went through, and with the help of ChatGPT, I taught it how to make Tunnels and Trolls monsters, and we together, me and ChatGPT, came up with a list of different monsters and their stats and all of their armor and stuff, and I had ChatGPT actually format it for me. So I actually did most of the idea work, and then I said, it's pretty cool. You just say, please format this into a bestiary entry for a new Tunnels and Trolls bestiary. And as you can see, I've got like 20 monsters here, and it didn't take very long at all. And kind of the cool thing is TNT is very fresh for me because I don't know all of the ins and outs of it. So it feels very new every time I come up with something. And then also, and here's our Master Vampire right here. It feels very fresh, and also you're not constrained by anything. You're not constrained by anything anyone ever did before. So one of the things that I've been doing recently is I've been reading Hawk and More, which is a history of, it's Kent David Kelly's history of the early Blackmore campaign and the early Greyhawk campaign in 1971 to 1974 is where I'm on 1974 right now. And this is pre-publication. And they were in that realm where they were making stuff up pretty much on the fly, especially Arneson. But Gygax had to make a lot of stuff up as well. And it gives me that kind of fresh feeling for it, too. So I'm kind of really enjoying that element. And so anyways, Sylfgandir is right here. So, are we ready to play? Let me put my action cards away. And let's go back into the adventure. All right. So here's my 3 characters. And as we open up, they've just managed to kill 4 of the thralls and capture... they've killed 4 of the thralls and they've captured... what's his name? Baldric. And they've sailed him up. They've walled him up. And Valentiana says, if we keep him trapped, that will make Byron weaker. But we've got to go into the catacombs and somehow hunt him down and kill him. Now let me go back to my plotline generator. A choice must be made. Actually, maybe Mushel actually decides, like, why don't we kill him now? He's obviously corrupted by the vampire. He's like, well, we can bring him out of it. We can manage to break the spell, but if we don't break the spell, it'll make him weaker. Mushel grumbles, but he sees the point of all of this. Valentiana says, I notice you're disarmed with the club over there. Let me find you another weapon. He gives him a quarterstaff, which we've already kind of established. Farah, who's Farah the Silent, just silently looks on. over everything. But then suddenly he looks up and he goes, I hear something. And they all look up and they go to the back of the shrine, and where they can hear the mumblings of Baldric in his cell. So they go back to the back. All right, so they go back to the back, and they hear Baldric ranting and raving in the back of his cell. Valentinianus, who is trying to do the right thing, which I have on my list right here, says, I'm going to try and bring him out of it. And he makes an attempt to appeal to him to overcome the vampiric influence. He's like, Baldric, you know me. It's me, Valentinianus. You're on hallowed ground. The vampire can't get you here. Byron has no power over you. Break free. Baldric makes an attempt. He rolls a 4. I've established that he actually has a charisma of 10, so that's not enough. But it's worth XP points, so we're going to say it was worth 14 points right there. I'll throw it down. Baldric rather continues on, and he says, "You'll never get past the Eldritch Seal. That's what keeps Byron safe, while he will continuously send forth thralls to take over this town. Once you are all destroyed, then we'll throw open the gates of the catacombs, and undead will reign over Ice Hollow." Okay, so then that's our. So we fulfilled a couple of things in our plot points. One of those things is secret info leaked. There is a thing, an Eldritch Seal. They've got to also destroy the thing. They tried to do the right thing. And what about this Eldritch Seal? Maybe there's something that in this Eldritch Seal that could be used against Byron if only knew what it was. If we were only able to destroy it. Oh, and the other one is used against them. Well, used against, and it could be against the party or against the adversaries. Let's say that he's using Baldric against Byron. He's like, so we should be on the lookout for a seal. What possible seal could ever stop these adventures? And Baldric, he rolls an 8 plus his 10, 18. That's still not enough. Basically, he leaks out that it is a seal of the undead. And it's what keeps most of the undead from being able to leave the catacombs. But it will supposedly keep the players. Actually, we could say there's no way they could even get inside the deeper part of the catacombs without getting past the seal. So they have to break it in order to fight Byron, and then they have to replace it with something. So Valentinianus says, "Okay, well, I've given you this nice staff here. I'm going to have to ask you 3 guys to head to the catacombs, find Byron's tomb. You're going to break the seal, but you're going to replace it with this one." And he opens up this the altar and pulls out a new seal. It's a seal of Yaldir. And he says, "You're going to place this stone seal over the archway of the tomb, and this should keep him from reincarnating at any point, as long as the seal is there." There was a time when these catacombs were maintained by the townspeople, and the undead were never able to walk. In fact, we even rolled that on the first session. There was like, is there an undead problem in town? The answer is usually no. But obviously, Byron's figured out a way past it. It could be that because we never go back there anymore, the seal has decayed or something else. And Baldric starts screaming and shouting. He's like, "No, it was the necromancer. It was one of your kind, Uruk," indicating Mudshul. So somebody from Mudshul's old tribe, a necromancer of some kind, is the one who originally broke the seal and let Byron escape. So he's probably in the catacombs too. Okay, so they also got some leaked information from that. All right, so they close the little window on the cell that they've got Baldric trapped in, and they make ready to go. So what happened is they went into the first chamber of Sylfgandir, and we rolled on the table, and basically we got a pit trap in the opening chamber where there was a web-wrapped captive who turned out to be a human warrior of some sort, a fighter. And they were able to send him back, and Valentianus was able to heal their wounds, and they're going right back in. So here's the next part. Oh, we got one progress point on each one of these lists. So now when we roll, we're going to add 1 point to each one of these dice rolls. And I just dropped one. 3, 3, and 7. So that's a 4, 4, and 8. 1, 2, 3. There's an angel. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A special. Okay. So as they advance further into the catacombs, they reach an area with an angel alcove. They travel through some crumbling halls, and everything is quiet, and maybe a little bit too quiet. There's an eerie wind blowing through, and they round a corner, and then there's this alcove with this amazing statue of an angel. As they go up to investigate, crumbling brickwork, this is a trap, starts to come loose and rains down on them. They all have to make deck saves. Let's call it a level 1 deck save to avoid the trap. Okay. Here's the level 1 deck save. It's a 20 that they have to roll. By the way, what did I roll before? I think before I had 21, 16, and 14. Here's their rolls. Okay, starting with Eckhard. He got a 5. He's hit. He got a 16 total. So he needs to get a 20. He missed it. After Eckhard, Faradoc. He's got a 16. He's got to roll 4. 2 and 5, 7. He made it. So 7 and 16 is 23. Good deal. Mudshul. He's got an 11. He has to roll a 9 or higher. He rolled a 3. Got a 14. Another 14. So Mudshul and Eckhardus are hit for 1d6 each of this crumbling brickwork from the ceiling. 3 and 4. Now here's -3 and -4. All right. Ouch. Watch where you're going with that. There is something special, a special object. So this is my special sheet. So we don't know that what's revealed by the angel statue. So or the angel alcove. But I see something there. Okay, I got an 11. Which is, it says remove element. Roll on the category N. If you get special again, treat it as expected and cross that element and remove it from the category list. You'll still use it for the scene, but the category list has now been altered for future rolls. I got a object. So we destroyed something. 5 plus 5 plus 1. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Some funeral jewelry. Oh, here's what happens. Okay. Funereal jewelry. There's a jeweled torque that they see on the angel, but as soon as they reach for it, the angel statue, it collapses under the rocks, and then like parts of it break free and spills down this pit, never to be seen again. The treasure of the funeral jewelry is gone. Mudshul's like, no! But they don't get the jewelry, so there was the special right there. Farah glares over at the rest of the group and just shakes his head. Farah the Silent. Eckhart is like, what? It's not my fault. It was an angel statue. Of course we had to go investigate. We're gonna roll, la la la. Where's my pencil? I'll use this pen. We now have 2 progress points on each of the element lists. And we've completely eliminated the funeral jewelry. All right. That would have been a cool treasure. All right, they advance further into the complex. So I got a 6, 3, and a 6, which equals an 8, 5, and an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They reach a trickling fountain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the encounter is shambling dead, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A jeweled scarab is there. Okay, so they round a corner, and they get to this area where there's a trickling fountain. Mushel starts to... He's like, maybe I should test the water. And then suddenly they hear a groaning sound. And coming around the corner come the shambling dead. These are my zombies. Here they are. Now they appear in large hordes, but the way they attack is they're very clumsy. So they can only attack with up to 3 per each character. So there's 3 guys, so they can only attack 9 at a time. Coming around the coming around the corner, shambling dead. Now there's too many of them. It's just 3 waves of 24, right? And then if one of them dies in each wave, somebody fills in. So, but one of them up in the front is wearing... They're like the dead corpses that inhabited the catacombs, is wearing a jeweled scarab, which looks to be worth something. I'm reading the description that I made. They have no armor. Okay, fine, whatever it is. 9 times 8. Actually, we could figure it out. 9 times 8, 72, which equals 8d6 plus 36. That's their total. And then the player's total is 11d6 plus 13. Now, seemingly, the players are at a disadvantage because they don't have that bonus, even though they have more dice. So let's go ahead and roll. First, we're going to roll the Shambling Dead. So they have 8 dice. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here's our roll. Oh, there's some spite in here. 12, 16, 18, 20, 24, 26. 26 and 36 is 62 total from the Shambling Dead, and which includes 2 spite. Now, as far as the players go, they just start swinging away with all their might. You know, the zombies are unstopped. They're not stopping, but they have no tactics. They're very clumsy fighters. So here's the players attacking. Well, first of all, I'm going to have Fira panics and fires off one of his Take That, You Fiends. This will just even up the odds. It immediately does 11 points and destroys one of the undead. So now they're down from 72 to 64, I think. And then the rest is 11d6. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. We're still taking that 2 points of spite no matter what, and we're probably taking even more. I think they're going to beat us. We do 1 spite. But okay, so our total is 10, 20, 30, 36, 38, 39, plus 39 plus 13. That's 52. So they did 10 points. However, lucky for us, we have the armor to withstand that. Even if we say that Mushel takes all of the damage, he's got a defense of 10. So he soaks all the damage except for the spite. So you can kind of see you get continuously whittled down with spite damage, and that's still fair play because you only have about he's got a total of 14 hit points. He's already down 5. He's only got 8 left. And this guy's got 11, and he's down 4, so he's down to 7. Faradoc is at top, but he's only got 9. Okay. So we may have lost that round, but Faradox takes that Euphine spell, destroyed one of them. All right, the next round. They are... and we did one, I think we did one spite to them. So they're at 60, they were at 64, now they're at 63. Now 63, it's a different dice. First of all, there's 8 of them, so their dice changes. So 8 times 8, 63. Okay, we can see that it would be 7d6. They've changed. There's 76 plus 31, as opposed to 8d6 plus 36. We remain the same at our 11d6 plus 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The zombies attack again. 1, 2. There's a spite damage. At least somebody's taken another one. 10, 15, 20, 23. 23 and 31 is 54 total. Okay. That's not bad. Let's say that Eckhardus takes the 1 point. Here's my damage. He's at about 8. He has 8 hit points left. We attack 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. That's us. 11 plus 13. I like rolling a lot of dice. Zeros. No, there's one spite. 6. Oh, there's 2 spites. 12. 22. 27. 30. 34, 35, 36, 38. 38 plus 13. That equals 51. So they still won, 51 to 54. However, we did 2 spites, so that brings their 63 down to 61. Now, does that change their calculation? It does. It brings their 31 down to a 30 for next round. All right. Third round. They're at 76 still. Two spite. Oh man, they're gonna wear us down. But they got a lot of ones. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 19. 19 plus 30 is 49. I think we have a good chance of winning this round. Okay. And here is our roll. So as you can see, Spite is a pretty cool ability just because... Aha, look at all the Spite we did here. But even better than Spite, look, we did 5 Spite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 30, 35, 40, 45, plus 13 is 55, 58. So we beat him 58 to 49. That's by 9. That destroys one. We're going to destroy one and wound another, and that's going to change the calculations. So they were at 61 minus 9 brings them to 52. Now 52 divided by 8 is only, they've had 8 of them. Another zombie goes down, right? One of the Shambling Ned goes down. So, or 56 rather. So if they have 52, that means they're at 66 plus 26. Now normally the dice don't go down, but if you keep this, when they're in a group like this, they only get the number of dice that matches their MR, because you keep killing off individuals out of the pack. So I think the tables have turned by the third round. We don't have to apply any spite damage because we won the battle. We applied their spite damage to us, which I already did. All right, so here's the next one. Here's the zombies. They only get 6 die 6 at this point. No spite. 5, 10, 15, 18. 18 and 26. I'm feeling like we're getting close to the end of this battle already. 18 and 26 is 44. All right, we get our full 11. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right into the sixes. All right, here we go. I got a spike, but that's not going to matter. Hopefully, just roll high. 10, 20, 25, 30, 36, 39. 39 and 13 is 52. So 52 to 44. 6, 7, 8. That's at least one more edge down. So it was at 52. Minus that is 8 less. So 44. So 40 would have been 5 of them. 48 would have been 6 of them. So there's 6 left. Their dice now are 5d6 plus 22. And their total is 44. All right. Didn't cause us any spite. We're going to go right back in. Let's do their total first. 3, 4, 5. This is the zombie. Shambling Dead. No spite once again. 5, 10, 13, plus 22, 35. Total 35. And then our total is 5, 9, 10, 11. So you can see, even if you started out below the number, you could wear them away. Now, I kind of paid for it because I started out with a Take That You Fiend just to level the odds right away. All right, 15, 20, 26, 28, 29, 36, 40. 40 plus 13 is 53. 53 to 35 is 15, 18. 18 off of 44 is... It's going to count for at least 2 more. 6, 26. So there's 4 of them left. And they're now down to 3 dice 6 plus 13. All right. This is to the bitter end. Here's the zombies. Oh, they do 2 spite. They're hanging in there. 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 and 13 is 28. And then us. Well, first of all, let's assign this fight damage. I think Muzzshell's going to take this one. He's now down 6 points from 11, so he's got 5 hit points left. Minus 6. Oh, we did some spite, but we rolled some low numbers. This isn't going to take 15, 20, 25, 30, 31. 31 and 13 is 44. 44 minus 28 equals 13 minus 12. 13 minus... Oh. How do I do this? 44 minus 28. 12 and 4. 16. Their total is 16. That's only 2 left. That's 2 that are up. And so of these 2, it now comes down to 2d6 plus 8. So here's the next roll. Here's the zombies. Now normally we would have the monsters run away, but for zombies they don't run away. I rolled a 3. That's an 11. And there's no way we don't beat that by 11 points. So We roll this whole thing, and that's the last one. Yeah, we beat it. We did over 11. Okay, so we wipe out the last of the zombies over there, and Muzzshole reaches down and picks out that jeweled scarab that one of the zombies is wearing. I think this is going to make it a little bit worth it. How much is it worth? I don't know. Says that card. I'm not really good at assessing things, are you? Nobody has that skill, actually. I'm a hunter. Faradok is actually a miner. He might know a little bit about it. He makes a shot at it. He was IQ, let's say it's a level 1. His IQ was 12. 12 and 7, 19. Not quite. That's worth some experience points. Where did I put my experience points? Oh, over here. Not quite. However, you never know. So that was worth 72 APs, by the way. All right. We still haven't seen Byron, though. Okay, here's the advance further into the dungeon. We're now at 3 points in. And the first one was the opening with the pit trap. Then we had the angel alcove with the crumbling brickwork. And then finally, we had the shambling dead attack. So here's my 3 rolls. I'm going to say it's 653, which equals 9, 8, 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is special. This is the special from the location. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Special on the encounter. I got special on the encounter, special on the location. And then 6 for the objects. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this one's gone. 6. There is a scroll of strange hymns. I don't know what that means yet. I kind of just make stuff up at the top of my head, and we figure we'll interpret it later. Maybe it's a magic scroll. Maybe it's a scroll of a spell that the spellcaster could use, or maybe it really is just a scroll of strange hymns or a clue. But let's roll on the special table twice. First of all, let's roll for the special encounter. I'm going to say it's the green die is the high die. 89. A random element. Treat this special element like a normal random element. As needed, ask the complex questions. What does it look like? What does it do? Roll in the description and action tables, interpreting your results. All right, we've reached an interesting place. And we don't know what that place is. I've got some random tables here. Let me show you what those look like. Dungeons. Right here. Okay, here we go. So we found a special place. The cool thing about these specials is you don't know what they are. Like, I don't even know what they are, so it's kind of random. We reached a chamber that is 26 dry. That's kind of weird. And then we'll... what does it mean by dry? There's... like dry bone. Dry as a bone. An ossuary. Okay, how about this? So they reach like a chamber full of old bones, moldering bones, and everything's completely dry. The bones are separated and laid out on these different tables. So there's like a table full of skulls, a table full of ribs, etc. So they reach this strange ossuary table, and that's fine. So that's our location. We don't need to go much further than that. We could ask questions, but you know, we could interpret our results. But all we need is a location. The interesting thing is we also got a special encounter, which I don't know what that is either. Although I have a good idea for it. 07, barely there, whatever it is. Whatever element you generated, minimize as much as possible. If it's an encounter, such as an enemy, maybe it's wounded or of a lesser nature than usual. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so what we find is, let's say it's one of Byron's victims, right? It's a Maybe it's a thrall that was badly wounded, and um, he's been left there. And also, he's crawling across the floor. He's missing a leg or something like that. He's still alive. Um, but we catch up to it, and Mushhole's like, wait. I think it's a thrall. He turns around and hisses, ah, like that. Mushhole lifts his spear, and he says, shall we kill it? Oh, but wait, one of the themes, remember, for this plot is to do the right thing. And he's like, wait, let's see if we can bring it out. It's a level, I can try and do what I saw Valentianus do. He's like, listen, you're a human. You don't need to be, um, you don't need to serve Byron. You can break free. Mushel just shrugs. Do what you like, but this one is beyond saving. But they're still I'm going to do the right thing, says that card. All right. So he's got to make a roll. This is a charisma roll. Eckhardt's charisma is 13. He rolls doubles. So okay, here's a cool thing with talents is when you roll doubles, it's called the Darrow roll, which is doubles, add, and roll again. I was hoping one would come up one day. So I got a 4 plus 13, which is 17, but then I get to roll again, and I added a 6. So 17 and 6 is 23. 13 plus 6. No, I rolled 17 plus 6, 23. The save he had to get was 25, so he still fails. But that's worth experience points. Um, the thrall seems to regain control for a moment. His eyes go from red back to normal. It's like, oh, I don't want to be a thrall. I don't want to. And then as he comes closer to him, the thrall suddenly lashes out. And let's just see if Eckhard draws his hand back in time. He's got to roll a level 1 check here, which he fails. He gets bit. 15. Um, Let me put that on the experience point sheet. Eckhart is he's not rewarded for his good deed, and he takes another d6. He takes 1 point of damage here. So he's down to -7. He's only got 7 hit points left. Just as he does that, Mudshell rears back with his spear and just impales the thrall, killing it immediately. It's like, you can't have any mercy down here in the catacombs. I should know. My people are death chanters. Eckhart kind of nurses his wounded hand, where he's literally had the hand bitten. That the hand of help was bitten there. All right, they continue on. By the way, we're now progress of 4 all the way through. So what's the next encounter? 2, 6, and 6. Okay, so that would be 6, 10, and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, 6, 10, and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a mosaic room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Blood bats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. A strange Jambu with runes. Oh, but let's go back for a second. The Scroll of Strange Hymns is there. Let's decide what the Scroll of Strange Hymns is. One of the ways we could do that is using the fate table. Is it possible that, remember we're at Chaos 6, is it possible that the Scroll of Strange Hymns is some kind of magic scroll of that you could read out that would cause something? I think it's possible. It's not likely. I think it's unlikely. Let's say it's 50%. Green high. 78. It is not. Okay, well then is it a page torn from a spell book? Also unlikely. Yes, it is. Okay, so basically it's a spell torn from a spell book. What level spell? It's likely to be a first level spell, so let's put it right here. Is it a first level spell? 59. Yes, it is. Okay. Which spell is it? We can just roll randomly. Now this is a good thing too, because Well, wizards get all the spells. Rogues do not. They have to learn them individually. So first level spells right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. I'm gonna roll a d12. I got a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's locked tight. Okay. Loctite is a thing that let me put this here. A spell that will, it's basically hold portal. So we have a scroll of Loctite, which we might be able to use to give Eckhart a new spell. Maybe. He should probably get it because he was the one who took all the risks. But there's they advance further in, and we've already rolled the next encounter. They advance further in, and they found this mosaic room, a room full of, myriad tiles, forming these funeral patterns of skulls along the floor and on the walls that repeat off the ways, and then it goes even into the hallways. Unfortunately, there's a nest of bloodbaths in the room that gets disturbed just as they walk in. And where's my bloodbaths? This is pretty cool. I made these all up with They often attack in swarms of 1d6 plus 1, so there's 5 of them, 5 bloodbaths. Let's do this. The bloodbaths are MR50 total, which equals 6d6 plus 25. Remember, our party is 11d6 plus, what was it, 13. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Unfortunately for Faradoc, he's already cast one of his spells. So he's going to try and reserve what he's got and not cast any spells this time. He's only got 10 wizardry points, and he's used 4 of them in that other encounter. He's got 6 left. He's got basically the ability to cast one more spell. And which could be teleport, which is kind of cool. Let's roll for the monsters first. And they don't do any spite, which is good. 10, 16, 19, and 25. Oops. It's basically 44. This is going to be a quick battle. And they have this special ability called Blood Leech, which happens whenever it does spite. If it does spite damage, they attach to the victim. Hopefully that doesn't happen to us. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 30, 34, plus 13 is 47. Beat him by 3. So basically, they get to, nobody's killed. They take 3 points of damage. So they're down to 43. They get to keep all their dice. Even though they would normally lose a dice, since we haven't killed one, they don't get to lose a dice. But they're down to plus 22. So 66 plus 22 for the next round. All right, the battle continues. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still no spite. This is lucky for us. 10 and 18. That's 18 plus 22 is 40. So total of 40. Our attack. 12 and 8. That's 20. 25. 29. 30. 35. 36. Plus 13. 49 again. This time we did 9 points down. So they went from 50 down to, so last time was 49 to 47. No, 47 to 44. So they were at 47. Yeah. Um, this time we took down another 9, so now they're at 38. And at this point, I think we've actually destroyed a couple of them because we've done over 10. So now they just get their true dice there. So now they're 4d6 plus 15 and 19. Okay, right there. 46 plus 19. Okay. The blood bats swarm again. They're flying all over. They're attempting to try to latch on so that they can drain blood. They have a drain blood attack. And this time one of them does drain blood, actually. That's a spite. 10, 15, 16, 24. 24 and 19 is 44, 43. So their total is 43. Which do they attach to? I'm going to say it's like this: 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6. They attach to Cardus, right? So one of this blood vats like latches onto his neck over here. Um, he has 1 round to make an L1 strength saving throw to remove the blood bat. Okay, so here's the strength saving throw. He has to roll an 8 or higher. And he does. He rolled an 11. So good deal. 11 plus 12 is 23. So that goes on our experience point card over here. Um, if successful, it causes another spite damage. So he takes an extra spite damage, but the blood bat is killed. Okay, well, cool. Now we're gonna leave them where they are for this, but where's the spite damage here? He went from -7 to -9. His con is 14. He's still got 5 left. Okay. And we had determined that if they're at 43, well, that's got to be much lower than that. What is it? Yeah. No, it can't be because we've been doing a lot of damage to them. Oh, they're at 38. They're at 38. Okay, so we have to go back and review the tape here. 38 would mean that there's 4 of them, and now we've killed one. So let's kill a fresh one and say that they're now at 28 after this. But their total, I have to figure out what I rolled. Oh, their total is 43. Our total. All right, we did 10, 20, 25, and 6 is 31, 35, 35 plus 13 is 48. So we got another 5 down. We had them at 28, so now they're at 23. That means there's 3 left, but one's got 3 hit points. So because one died, the one that attached to Eckhard, they are now at 3d6 plus 11. Okay. And 23 is their total number. Okay. 3d6. Here they go again. No spite this time. 5, 6. 6 and 11 is 17. Here's the player roll. Oh, I think we wiped him out this time. 10, 20. The 6 isn't counted. 30, 35, 40, 43. 43 minus 17. It comes out to like 36 or 26, but it's more than 23. So that wipes out all of the blood bats. So the blood bats die. Now, what was the treasure that was on here, the item? The card looks at the dead blood bat that he pulled off of his neck. Nasty creatures. Okay, so they got the jeweled scarab. Was it a strange Jambia with runes? So basically, it's a dagger. Is it possible this is a magic dagger? I think it's unlikely, but we're going to go ahead and roll on the fate chart. All right, we're back. I found my fate chart. I think it's unlikely that this is a magic dagger, even though it's encrusted with runes. This Jambia is a type of curved dagger. But the chaos level is 6, so it's unlikely. That still means there's a 50% chance. Would it be very unlikely? It's very unlikely that it would be magic. Let's say it's very unlikely. 35. Or well, a 73. Yeah, it's not magical. Could it be cursed? Possibly. Let's say it's unlikely to be cursed. 70. So it's not cursed either. So, could it be valuable? 50-50 that's valuable. Maybe it's made out of silver or something like that. 36. Yes, it is valuable. Okay, so we have the Jambia. It's made out of it's like made out of silver, and it's worth about 10 times the amount of a normal Jambia. So let's put that on our treasure list right over here. And a jewel silver Jambia. Okay. Now we're going to add progress point to each one of our lists and continue delving in. Okay, these are d6s. All right, 10, 8, and 9. 10, 8, and 9. Is that what I rolled? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The trembling corridor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's special. Another special encounter. And then 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A helmet. Oh, it's a helmet of some kind. Okay. Let's find out what the special is. Here's our special table. 98. This is a random element, so we're going to just roll as needed, ask complex questions. Well, I don't know what a random element would entail. I don't even know if it would be in here for an encounter. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to roll a descriptor. Let's see. For an alien species, right? And then we're going to kind of go from there. So this is a table of just this 100 things that are for a species of some kind. You know, it could be an alien or something. So green high. 16. It's combative, whatever it is. All right, so let's say that, okay, I have a monster that's on my list here, but I don't think made it onto the my tables, called a Bone Crusher Marauder, this thing from here. And I could have 2 of these. They're sort of like ogres. It's a large, muscular humanoid made of bones. It's like a big skeleton that can crush its enemies or hurl bones. And it also has like a bone shard attack where it can shoot bones. And it does those before one target within 10 feet. You can do this every round. So the first thing it does is they cross over into this room, the trembling corridor. So they get into this one room, and then like the walls are shaking. I call this the trembling corridor. Wasn't sure where I was going with it, but they cross over into this room, and then coming out from around the corner is the pair of them, bone crushers, and both of them just blast out a cone spray of bone shards at the group. They all have to make L1 dex saving throws to avoid damage. And this counts as spite damage. There's no way to avoid it, even if they're wearing armor. So, by the way, the encounter is a 50 because there's 25 each, so which equals 66 plus 25. All right. So here's our saving rolls for the guys. Um, okay. L1 deck save. It's only Eckhardus needs a 9. He rolls an 8. And he fails. He got a 19. Alright, let me find my experience point card. You know, at the end of this, he might have pretty good experience. Eckhardus takes a d6. Takes 1 point. Okay. Mercifully. He's down to 4 hit points. Is that correct? Yeah. He's down to 4 hit points. Muzzle, he's got to make, same deal, got to make a 9. He rolls a 3, so which is an automatic fail, by the way. 14. If you rolled a 2, it would have been a doubles. He also takes 5. Oh, shoot. Mushel goes unconscious. He's knocked out. And then Faradoc, his dex is 16. He only stole a 4. He rolls a 6. He dodges it. He won't take any damage. Um, Bad news is that Mushel is out of it. So even though these guys are a mere 50, um, they are severely wounded. All right, so here we go. 5d6, which is 66 plus 25. Anyways, this is the monster total. Oh, and you're doing spike damage too. This might be the end for Mushel. 10, 16, 19, 24, 25, 26. 26 and 25 is a total of 51. Okay. If we take Mushel out of the picture because he's knocked out, um, he has, of the combat total, he was doing 5d6. So their total now is just Vera and Eckhardus, which is a total of 4, 5, 6 plus. It's the whole thing. 6 plus 10, that's 16 plus 2. So there we go, right there. So 6 plus 12. Oh, okay. Eckhard gets plus 1, so it is 6 plus 13. Okay. Maybe we have a trick of our own though. We're about to lose this one hard, and we just took two more spite. I'm gonna have Farah take the spite just to even things out. Whereas Farah's at top now because he healed up from before. So he's at 7. Eckhard's at 4. And here's our roll. But before we do our roll, actually, let's have Farah cast a spell. He's going to cast Oh Go Away. Um, he could cast Take That You Fiend, but it wouldn't kill one of them. It would only do 12 points of damage, which would change the number for the next rounds, but it might be too much for at that point. So let's say he casts Oh Go Away, which is kind of like a fear spell. Let's see, Oh Go Away. Let me look it up real quick. Targets flee if their individual MR is less than the character's IQ plus luck plus charisma. It's only one. You can only cast on one. Number of targets can be affected is equal to the caster's level. He's first level. So he casted out one of the Bone Crushers. And his IQ plus luck plus charisma is 37. So he can chase one of them away. So Vera casts, and actually he uses his Dreamlander magic, let's say, and this spirit of his bat familiar, which I haven't really talked about much, kind of zooms outwards and grows to just monstrous proportions. One of the bone crushers stumbles and runs away, but the damage has been done. They've already done. We've come up with their total, right? Their combat total that they rolled. They still get to roll on the first round. Did I already write what it was? I did somewhere. And then I think we're 66 plus 13. We didn't do any spite. 10, 15, 19, 22, plus 13, 35. We definitely lost some, but I think that we can actually absorb it between their two defenses of 8 and 8, 16. So, um, since we've already taken the spite damage and then one of them runs away, we just have to survive this next round. So now there's only one. 25. It's 3d6 plus 12. Okay? This is the monsters round. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, but wait, okay, 9, 10 plus 12 is 22. This is. That was a 1. 11, 16, 17, 18, 19 plus 13 is. It's like 20 plus. It's 32. Beat it by 10. We actually wounded him. We did 10. Do they have armor? They do have armor. Down. We did 6. So he's down to 19. But that means his bonus goes down to 10. All right. This next round, the Bone Crusher. We were at 3d6 plus 10. There's the monster's roll. Oh, 16. 16 plus 10 is 26, and that's one fight. And then our response to that is 16, 17, 18, 19, 22 plus 13, which is 35. 35 minus 26 is 9. Minus 4 off our armor is 5. That's still good. He's down to 14, which makes it plus 7. Okay, and we still take 1 spite. So in this case, that was definitely Farah taking the spite. Where is my spite damage? Oh, right here. Minus 5. He's got 4 left. All right, here's the next attack. 3d6 plus 7. Does another spite, so 8, 9, 10. This could be it for the boys. 17. And then us. Ah, we did at least 2 spites, so that's good. 12, 13, 14, 15, 23. 23 and 13 is 36. 36 minus 17 is 19, and that takes care of the rest of them. Okay, so we managed to kill the one Bone Marauder, and then the other one is run away. Unfortunately, Muzzle has died. They grab Muzzle's body, and we're like, we gotta make it out of here. So they drag him back out of the dungeon. And, yeah, they drag him back out of the dungeon, and unfortunately, this is just the way of the world as far as this particular set of rules is there's no saving him. You don't get to go into the negatives or anything. So dragging Muzzle back out, Faradoc and Eckhardus survive. They don't find Byron anywhere in there. They pass by a lot of other corridors, and other pathways that they didn't take, because we're gonna go back in a future adventure. They head back to Valentianus, and Muzzle's gear is divided up, and they manage to sell the Jeweled Scarab, the Jambia. Eckhard takes the scroll and learns from it. And they're going to see if they can level up. All right, so that's the end of our adventure. And in the next adventure, we'll have some aftermath kind of stuff where we're going to figure things out and figure out what the next thing that happens is. They're probably going back to the dungeon. All right, that's the end for right now. Stay tuned for episode 3.